Good afternoon, everyone. I hope you're all doing well. Hope you're having a good week. I know I'm enjoying the heat. I don't know about you guys in the UK. We're having a bit of a heat wave over here, aren't we? I don't know about those of you in the States or anywhere else in the world, but it is scorching here, and it's just reminding me that I'm supposed to be living in a warmer country. So thanks for the reminder, son. So yeah, I hope you're all having a good week. I wanted to come and talk to you today about 3 steps to creating your dream life and your dream business. Because I was always someone that overanalyzed, overcomplicated everything. And sometimes we just need to zoom out. Sometimes we just need to draw back a little bit, make things a little bit more simple, and so that we can really, really see what's going on and just keep our minds sort of set so that we understand what we need to do. So it really can be as straightforward as 3 simple steps. I say simple, but 3 steps to creating your dream business. So let's just crack on with it. So the first step is really creating a rock solid vision for your life, not just your business. It's not just about a business plan and what you want your business to be doing, income targets, revenue goals for the next year. It's so much more than that. It has to be so much more than that. This is about creating a life vision for you and what you want your life to look like in 5 years and 10 years. I mean, with all your goals achieved, what does that life look like? And have you ever even let yourself dream that big? How many limits are you putting on yourself when you sit there and ask yourself what you want? And are you happy with your life right now? Are you really happy and really fulfilled and don't feel like you want any more? Or if you do feel like you want it some more, what is it? And have you ever just sat there and written it all down and journaled on it and got a really, really clear idea in your mind of what it is that you really, really want? Because it's so, so important that we have this. We need this because this directs our whole life, and it will direct us in our business because our business is the vehicle to help us achieve that life, right? And we need to make sure our business and life is aligned because we don't want to be slaving over our business, and that's what our life's about. We want our business to be able to generate the lifestyle that we want. On our terms, and that's why we're self-employed, isn't it? So we need to get really, really specific. We need to dream really, really big, and we need to make it really, really compelling. Like we want to really, really need it, really desire it. There needs to be a burning desire for this life. It can't just be something that you kind of just think about and write down. It has to be something that you really want. Because as you know, when you work for yourself, times get challenging, times get really, really tough. And especially if you're trying new things all the time in your business, like at first, we're usually not very good at them, are we? We're usually pretty crap at them. And it takes time for us to hone a skill and really, really get good at something. But it can be so easy for us to just dismiss the idea, look at our external results and think to ourselves, we're not very, very good at this. This isn't going to work. I quit. You know, I was silly to even let myself dream that big in the first place. And then our dreams fade. And when our dreams fade, we stop moving towards them, and then we stay stuck. And then we're left feeling unfulfilled and stuck, which is a horrible, horrible place to be. So we need to make our vision really compelling. We need to make it really big, because also you're limitless. You've got so much potential inside of you. Every single one of us has. We haven't untapped our true potential, and maybe we never can. We have infinite potential inside of us. So the only thing that's stopping you doing anything is the limits you put on yourself. It's the stories you tell yourself. It's the beliefs that you have. It's the way you think. If you removed all of that and just thought positively all the time and just had an underlying belief and strong belief that you could do anything and that your success was guaranteed and you could literally do anything, then you wouldn't be holding yourself back. And I'm not just talking about you. I'm talking about all of us as humans. This is how we've been programmed. It's how we've been raised. And it's not just familial programming. This goes back through genetics as well, and then our environmental programming from where we were raised. This is what set all our limitations, but it's time to break free of those. So just imagine what your life would look like if there were no limitations, no money issues, no issues whatsoever, no constrictions. If you were truly limitless, what would you want your life to look like then? And then we can start creating a really, really strong image in our mind of where it is that we want to go, because our mind thinks in pictures. We need that image. We need to create that image in our mind. And we do that by writing it out and journaling on it and really, really getting clear and specific by answering questions about it, and allowing ourselves the time to reflect on it. And then suddenly, once we've got that image, life becomes so much easier because you know where you're going. You've got a clear direction. And it doesn't matter how to get there, because the how's not our job. The how unfolds on the way. We're never going to know how to get there, because if we knew that, we'd already be there. So it's silly to even think that that is what we have to focus on immediately, because by focusing on the how straight away, we stop ourselves from moving forward at all. But I'm sure that you would have had in the past where you've achieved things you'd never thought you'd be able to achieve. The how unfolded on the way. It's a journey. The whole entrepreneurship is a journey. So things will unfold on the way. And the other thing we need to do with our big vision is make our why really, really compelling. We have to make this a really, really strong why, because again, we're going to go through challenging times. We're going to want to give up. We're going to think, what is the point in all of this? It's going to push us to the edge. We're going to have to get out of our comfort zones. So we're only going to do that if we have a really, really strong reason to be doing it. So we want to think about things like, what do you want your business to look like? How much money do you want to be making from your business? How many hours do you want to be working? What do you want your clients to look like, or your customers? How do you want that to feel? What do you want your life to look like? What do you want your house to look like? Your car, leisure time, family time, holidays, all of this to the minutest detail. You can go to so much detail with this. What do you want that life of yours to look like? Because you really, really need to get this clear picture in your mind if you're, one, ever going to achieve it, and two, to keep you moving in the right direction. And then also think about who this is going to affect. So your family, your clients or customers. What about foundations and charities that you could give to? Say money was limitless. How much impact could you have in the world? So this can really, really motivate you and inspire you to do more in your business, to create more so that you can help more and give more. Okay. So making that why about more than just you means that you'll stop getting in your way, because you're doing it for other people. Then it's a really, really good way to stop, to break through your limitations and actually go through the things that you need to do. So that's the first step, is just that really, really clear image, creating that really, really strong vision of where you want your life to be. Okay. So the next part is getting into alignment. Now we hear this a lot when it comes to manifestation, that you need to be in alignment with the goal that you're trying to manifest, or the thing that you're trying to manifest. And that's because we need to be on the same frequency, the same vibration as the thing that we want to come into our life. We have to be a match for it. Okay. But there's also a much more practical element to this. Like, we have to be aligned with the vision that we're creating. Otherwise, how are we going to do the things we need to do to create that, to make that vision a reality? How can we expect ourselves to behave in the way that we need to behave, to even make those decisions and choices that we need to make? If we're not in alignment with what we're trying to achieve, then our actions, our behavior, and our results are also not going to be in alignment. So we're not going to get there. So we need to really, really focus on alignment. And this is something that I cover in the 6-week course. It's pretty much all about alignment. It's about creating this massive vision for your life, and giving yourself the permission to dream big and actually decide what you want. And then 6 weeks of getting you into alignment so that you are not only in a position where you can create, where you can attract what you need through law of attraction, but you're also doing the things you need to do in your business to create those results. So you set up a dual force there. So you've got the creation and the attraction. So this, as I said, this is really, really practical, and it's really a massive mindset piece here. It's actually reprogramming your mind, and it's going through and it's identifying all the things that have been holding you back. So all the ways you're holding yourself back right now. And it's really rewiring your mind so that you can program new beliefs and remove any limiting beliefs. That's what you need to do. You need to, first of all, you need to be able to identify them and even become aware that you're even thinking these things. And then you need to change them into something that's going to empower you and move you towards your vision. Okay. And your thinking needs to be aligned. And this is massive, because it requires us to do something that feels very backward and very illogical to us, but usually success comes from being illogical. So it requires us shutting off our 5 senses pretty much, and stop responding and reacting to everything that we're seeing in front of us, especially when it comes to our results. We need to be focused on our vision the whole time. We need our goals and our visions on the screen of our mind as we do everything, expecting that our success is guaranteed, expecting that outcome is going to be the outcome that we're getting. Every time we look at our sales figures, obviously we need to keep an eye on them. Obviously we need them as a benchmark. But as soon as we start giving them meaning, as soon as we start creating a story around it, that can stop us in our tracks, can't it? And then it demotivates us, and then it changes our behavior completely, which means we're not going to be doing those things we need to get the results that we want. So we need to learn to shut out the 5 senses, and we need to learn to really, really focus on what it is that we want, where we're going. And this takes practice, but it can become a way of living. It does become a way of living when you practice it enough. It becomes a habitual way of thinking, and that's what this is all about. And that's another way to reprogram the mind. So another thing you need to make sure you're in alignment with is your self-image. So however you define yourself, do you see yourself as that person that has all of these amazing, amazing things in business in your life? The chances are that you won't right now, because if you've just created this huge vision and it's the first time you let yourself dream big, there's going to feel like there's a bit of a mismatch between what you think you're capable of and the things that you're going after. So this is, again, where programming the mind comes in, because you need to train yourself to start seeing yourself as that person, the version of you with your goals all achieved, with the finished outcome. You need to start seeing yourself as that person, because when you do, you can act from that place. You act from that version of you rather than the current version of you. And this is how you close the gap between what you want to come into your life and where you are now. So you need to start acting like that person. But to do that, you need to change your self-image. So you really, really need to understand what your self-image is now, how you currently see yourself. And then literally you can recreate your self-image. You can make it whatever you want it to be. And then you keep planting it in your mind, in your subconscious mind, until it eventually gets accepted. And when it gets accepted, your behavior will automatically change. The way you think will change. The way you make decisions and choices. The things that you've been putting off for weeks or months or even years, suddenly you feel an impulse to do. You feel inspired to do these things. The fear's gone, because your body and your brain is moving you towards the picture of the vision that you've got for your life. So as soon as you accept that new version of you, that new self-image, then your whole body and mind will move you towards those goals. And you need to move into faith over fear as well. We need to let go of the fear and align. There is no fear in alignment and no doubt. So it's overcoming the fear and the doubt elements. Now, we're always going to feel scared. We're always going to feel fear, especially when it comes to doing things that we haven't done before, when we're exposing ourselves, fear of judgment, fear of rejection. There's so many different fears that we can feel, and it creeps up in so many different ways. But all we need to do is recognize that it's there and then lean into it. And I am going to do, I will do a live on fear as well, and some tips for how to do that. So we need to lean into this fear and do it anyway. I still feel the fear with lots of things. Every time you up level, you will feel fear. It's just a new level of fear, new things to be scared about, because it's the unknown. But the unknown isn't scary, because that's exactly where our vision is. That's where all of our goals are. They're in the unknown. You know, we can't see them right now. So we can't give in to fear of the unknown when our dream life is over there too. Okay. And then aligning your actions to your goals. So this is where we really, really need to look at our behavior and our habits. Are they aligned to the vision that we've created? Are they in alignment with our goals? Are the actions that we're taking, and is our behavior going to produce the results that we want? And if not, what do we need to do about it? How can we change it? And let's start now. Bob Proctor always recommends changing 2 habits at a time. And I've been mentored by him for the last 6 months, which has been incredible. And he's absolutely right, because if you try and change too many at once, then you're just setting yourself up to fail. But if you do 2 at a time and then introduce another 2, then introduce another 2, it becomes much easier. And then you also build momentum, I find, as well, because it compounds. It makes you feel good. It makes you feel like you're in control. It makes you feel empowered. So you're happier to change more habits as you go as well. But again, the mindset piece here is huge, because again, all of your habits are stored in your subconscious mind. So you need to really plant these, you need to plant a new idea in your subconscious mind so your habits change automatically. But then you need to come at it from an outward perspective as well, where you're actually deliberately changing your behavior. So you're making it much, much stronger, the change and the transformation. So the last step, so that's the step 1 was vision, step 2 is alignment, and the last step is action, taking action. Anyone that sits there sort of learning all these things, you know, you can take a deep dive into courses, and it can feel a bit addictive. Like, I love personal development. I'm always doing courses all the time. But courses without implementation aren't going to do anything. Knowledge, people always said that knowledge was power, but knowledge is only potential unless you implement what you learned. If you implement what you learned, if you implement the knowledge, then it's powerful. and you will see change. But unless you implement that and you take that action, nothing's going to change in your life at all. So action is crucial and it's key. So I'm not talking about just hustling and grinding and forcing. That can really repel what we want, actually. What we need to do is we need to sort of be more allowing, and we need to take more aligned and inspired action. But we're not going to know what that is until we've done the second piece, the mindset piece, the alignment piece. Once we've done that, once we've worked on our mind, and while we're working on our mind, we will get prompts and nudges and inspiration that will give us information. It will give us ideas, and it will lead us to where we need to go. So it's really trusting in your intuition, trusting in yourself a lot more, and not relying on force and tactics and strategies and everything that everyone's selling out there, all the gurus, all the shiny pennies. It's about withdrawing yourself away from that and really starting to trust yourself again. Okay. And yeah, the last thing on that, it's also taking the right action. And the right action is usually not comfortable. It's normally the uncomfortable action. It's normally the scary action. It's normally the things that do put us on that fearful side that we just have to do anyway. So anything, if you want to create great things in your life, you're going to have to get uncomfortable, and it's about getting comfortable with that idea, because it's never going to go away. Like I said earlier, you're going to up level, and you're going to keep up leveling, and every time you do, there's new fears, there's new levels to break through, there's new expectations of you, there's new things you're going to have to do, and there's always going to be things to do that you've never done before. So it's all about being okay with being uncomfortable and doing it anyway. And this is the piece where most people retract back to their comfort zone. And the comfort zone is not a safe place. You get a minute of relief when you're there, and then you will start feeling really, really frustrated that you stayed there and you didn't do the thing, and then blame and shame will occur. And that is just detrimental to your mindset. And that will really, really pull you back so far. So it's really get out there, do these uncomfortable things, because also once you've done them once, suddenly it's not uncomfortable anymore, and you wonder, well, it might still be uncomfortable, but it's not as uncomfortable, and it's certainly not the big thing that you were fearing. It suddenly looks a lot less, because then you're moving on to the new thing that's going to make you feel even more uncomfortable. So it's all perspective, isn't it, at the end of the day? And so the last thing on the action piece is really what I said a minute ago. You need to act from your new self-image. You need to act from the person, the version of you that already has all their goals achieved, the version of you that's living in this end result. You need to think to yourself, if I was her now, how would she act? What would she decide on this? What would she be doing right now? How would she be showing up? What would she be doing on a daily basis? And if you're not sure of what that answer is, look at the people that you admire, the leaders in your industry, the people that you look up to and inspire you and you would like to be like. How are they showing up? What are they doing on a day-to-day basis? And just start modeling what they do. Yes, it's uncomfortable, but it's growth, and growth and aligned action is what's going to get you what you want. It's going to create the success, the income, and the dream life that you want. So they're my 3 steps for creating your dream life and your dream business. And if you're really unsure about this, or if you want any guidance, then, like I said, my 6-week program covers the whole alignment piece, as well as all the information around all of this. And it even covers the vision piece as well. It pretty much covers all of this. And it will walk you through. I'm not launching till September, I don't think. It's going to be early September. So if you're interested in going through that, then just send me a DM and I'll put you on the wait list. Otherwise, I've got 2 one-to-one coaching spaces opened up right now. And I'd be more than happy to invite you on and walk through this. It's a 12-week program. It includes the 6-week course and 12 weeks worth of one-to-one coaching. So if you would like me to work with you and help you go through this, creating your vision, getting yourself aligned, and doing all the things that I spoke to you about with guidance from someone that's already been there and has achieved this, then I would love for you to get in contact. So just send me a DM and I'll be happy to chat to you. So I hope you have a lovely day. I hope this video was really, really helpful. And yeah, let me know in the comments. If you've been watching, please comment. If you've watched on the replay, please comment. Let me know that you were here. Let me know what you think. Drop an emoji in. Show us how you're doing. I'd love to hear from you, and I'll see you again next time. Okay, take care. Bye.